And we're back with Ron for the next question. Ron, what are your thoughts on a person who has finished their time and experiences as a living soul? What happens to the soul when we feel we are finished? Do we move to pure light and are returned to source?
It's a good question. Let me explain a little bit here because there's a misunderstanding, perhaps. We on the earth are not the soul. We are the soul extension. The soul has 12, can have 12 soul extensions. Those are called soulmates. And each one of those 12 has a separate life and experience, but they're connected to their soul because the soul is the inner guidance system and has a responsibility to those soul extensions to, I'm going to use the word celestialize. I don't know a better word to do, but the socialization of the soul extensions is to create a fusion back into the soul. Now, a soul infused soul extension, that person, it goes through a series. It's like being born again. It's like being baptized by the Holy Ghost. There's all kind. It could be called the rapture, whatever it is. It's you fusing back into your soul, and what that means, then you are now can be a soul and have soul extensions of your own. I'm talking now about the generations of the gods. And that's how we are. Okay, first of all, you have the prime creator. Prime creator is pure intelligence. Now, we can call that pure love. It doesn't matter. It's pure intelligence, pure love. Our prime soul expands or expresses you out of their existence and gives you a portion of that pure intelligence. That's why you have everything that the prime creator has. You are prime creator's expansion, and you have everything that prime creator has. That's your spark. That's your God spark. That's who you are. Now, as you live your life on the earth and you go through the different incarnations, or you might come to the earth, you might go into another planet, might go into wherever, it doesn't matter, but it's for your experience, and your soul is the one that gets you to the right place at the right time for the right experience to happen. And so that process then is the generation of gods when you become perfected enough to be able to create, I'll say, soul extensions, children, call them whatever you want. Then you can do whatever you want to. Then you are now the one in charge and have the responsibility to celestialize those soul extensions. So that's the family of God. I don't know that that's well, I'm going to leave it at that because there's a lot more, but there's a lot more to that whole process. So when you have, a person who has finished their time and experience as a living soul, that's not really, you're a soul extension, you're a living soul extension. What happens to the soul when we finished, when we feel we are finished? Your soul is the one that's in charge of you, and will create a set of circumstances for you to incarnate or have another different experience, whether it's third dimensional or could be fifth dimensional. It doesn't matter. You can go wherever you want, and the celestialization process is extremely personal. and you go through that experience. Now, do we move to pure light and or return to source? Well, I'm going to say that source in this particular situation is your soul. You will finish your third dimension experience, and you will go back to your soul and have a review. Now, keep in mind there is absolutely no judgment in the heavens. They do not judge. Anybody who says they do doesn't know what the heavens are like and doesn't know what goes on. So we're never punished for anything that we have done in our life as far as our God is concerned. God created us as a perfect incarnation or a perfect entity and sees us no other way than that. So how could he punish us? Because he still thinks we're perfect. And just because we come to earth and we do all kinds of terrible stuff doesn't change that, because earth is not, third dimension is not our real place to live. And that's why we can tune back into the fifth dimension or whatever dimension we want to go to, or that we are assigned to, or whatever. So we go to our review and we figure out what was the purpose for that life, and did we meet those purposes, and then we prepare ourselves if we want to come back to the earth, or if we want to do a third dimension in some other location. It's all up to the soul to do that for us. So it's all light, it's all love, it's all perfection. We don't believe that here because we've never been taught that. But the reality is, if we were not into a third dimensional cabal controlled experience, then we are still our perfected being that God created us. And we can have different places or stasis, if you want to call it, of where we're going through a lot of different experiences. And there's no, a lot of people think we came to earth so that we could prove that we're perfect enough or whatever enough to go back to heaven. That is a fallacy. That is organized religion. It is not true. We came here for an experience in third dimension. We didn't come here to prove that we could go back and live with God. We are gods. I'm a soul extension, and I come from prime creator that is my father, and I come with everything that he has or is. It can't be changed. I am God. Now, does that make me better than anybody else? No. Everybody, every human being is the same way. So don't think that I'm trying to glorify everything. No, that's not it. And the glory for God, I get really irritated about this. Glory be to God for this and that and them. Yeah, okay. If that's what you want to, you are God, so you're doing the right things all the time. And you're blaming all that and giving God the glory. No, you're just doing what you're supposed to do as a child of God. And there's no glory in all that. That's all fictitious cabal orientation. That is not true. We are perfect. We were created perfect. We have done nothing to create or to make ourselves something less than perfection. So this is my belief. It is my, I'm going to say, knowing in quotation marks. This is my knowing. Where was I taught these sorts? Well, I've been doing this for 35, 40 years, receiving and coming to an understanding of the higher principles of life. Everybody can do that. It's just that I have been doing it. And because I have been doing it, then I know in my own heart and in my own mind things that are true to me. And so I'm sharing that with you, and I say, if it doesn't ring true to you, put it on. You can take it off the stove, not on the back burner. You can take it off the stove, but eventually you're going to come to an understanding of this. And in this particular life, you're going to find out who you really are. So let's let it go from there. Move on to the next question.
Well, we love that answer, Ron, and we will come back with the next question.
Okay.